Well, hello there, fellow Christian code searcher. I'm going to present a new version of the King James Pure Bible Search program. This is a test version. Uh, Today is February 22nd, to give you an idea here. What we're doing is we released a new version of the King James Pure Bible Search. It has the ability to search equidistant letter sequences, ELS codes. So you can sign up for that if you want to try it. You have to have a Windows computer or a Linux or a Macintosh, a newer Mac. Otherwise, it will not work. It doesn't work on tablets or phones, anything else. So the way you sign up is go to purebiblesearch.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see this mail list thing here. Click on that. Join the Pure Bible Search release, and you'll be able to sign up. So let's bring it up. Now, the interface hasn't changed really. The main thing is there is a new window, and this might change a bit, but this is how you get to it, ELS search. So I'll click on it. These are our options. Before you start anything, we have to build a grid. So we have to know if you're just going to go for the words of Jesus, or this is kind of a cool feature, red letter. And if you're going to include the book prologues, the chapter prologues, etc., and which Bible version, whatever Bible version you have loaded, it's able to do that. Because after all, this is just text as far as the program is concerned. I'll click OK. And it's building a grid right now. It'll take a few seconds. There we go. There's the grid. And so let me pull this into a larger area. So you can read here, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So starting on the upper left corner, what we've done is we've removed all punctuation, all spaces, so that the biblical text is just one long string and it just wraps around. This is row 1. So I can change the width here, by the way. See how I'm changing that here in the lower right. So instead of 50, we have 60, let's say. And it'll still be, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So it's just showing you a different way to look at it. So we have the options here. We can do ELS, which is a standard one. I'm not going to describe really what that is too much here. You can do a Google on ELS codes. They found them in the Hebrew language many years ago, and they were publicized, actually, I think in the 90s. And then you can, instead of just doing equidistant, in other words, a letter, like say the word Jesus, J, and then you skip 2, and then E, skip S, skip, if it's in the text. You can do a Fibonacci or different. There's a whole bunch of options here you can try out. We don't know. The author of the program, people involved in this, do not know if this is actually a valid or kosher, but hey, we're putting it out there. The tool is available. It's incredibly fast, and hopefully the crowd will find some things. Okay, so min skipped. So it's going to start off with a skip of 1 again, which is like J, and then something, and then E, then whatever, and then S, versus a skip of 100. So it's possibly up to J. Then you'd skip 100 letters. So this is a range, Genesis to Revelation. We'll do the entire Bible, and we'll do a search. This is where the results are going to show up on the right side, and I'll type in a word. Now, don't put in spaces. It's going to ignore spaces or anything else. Don't put punctuation, obviously. Jesus would be a very simple one to do. I'll click on search, and you can discover this for yourself. The longer words you put in, the less likelihood of finding matches. So we found Jesus. There it is. Let me explain the results here. So it's the word, the skip distance that it found, and the direction. So Jesus could go either forwards from Genesis to Revelation, or backwards from Revelation back to Genesis. For example, let's click on that. Genesis 47. You see SUSEJ at a skip distance of 60. Let's change it to 61 and show you something cool. See how it lines up? now that I changed the width to be just one more past the skip distance of whatever we found. It'll give us a vertical lining up, and it highlights it. You can see it there backwards. Let's go a forward one. Let's go to, first of all, let's sort this. I can sort by the word or the reference. I'm going to look at the skip followed by the reference. So the shortest skip here is 13. That's reverse, but the forward one is Isaiah 56. So here it is. It's at 24. I'm going to change my width down here at the lower right to 25 and see how it's lined up perfectly. So you can look within the text. It looks like joy there, sacrifices, upon, and prayer is, oops, went too far. House shall be called a house of prayer. Okay, that's where Jesus first appears in the text. And we have a nice little summary there. 19 results, ELS, the entire Bible with 10 seconds. So it went pretty quick. Excuse me. So I'm going to rest the cursor on the J in joy. Isaiah 56:7, and then you see brackets. The bracket numbers means that's the 13th word in that verse, and 1 means that's the first letter of that word. So give you an example. This is Isaiah 56. I already set it up. Isaiah 56. Okay, that was Isaiah 56. And that was verse 7. And then it was the 13th word over. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's joyful right there. Joyful, and let's see. Let's move that here. Joyful, right there, you see the J there. And then the prayer there, burnt offerings. So we'll go to, see the U and burnt offerings. Or there, I'm sorry, there, not burnt offerings. The E, J-E. And then sacrifices, right there. Their sacrifices. And then the U would be upon, right there. And then the last S would be shall. So Jesus is hidden in this verse in a forward direction at a skip of 24. Okay. Let's go back to the skip. I just want to show you how that looks. Now, what if I decided to do another word? So without clearing, if I say, okay, let's put in Lord. And I'll do a search. You'd expect there'd be a lot. There was only 19 results of Jesus, but let's see what happens when I put in Lord. Oh, look at that. Lord appears very close to Jesus. Now, Lord here, looks like it's reversed. And if I click here, this is Isaiah 56:8. Okay. So we have a kind of a cluster here of Lord and Jesus, Isaiah 56:8, and this is, let's see, let's go to reference. See how they're now sorted by reference, and we go down to Isaiah. Further, I found a lot of them. There's about 4,000 rows in here. Okay. Isaiah 56. There we go. Isaiah 55. There's one there. Isaiah 56. That's where Jesus is. And Isaiah 56, 57, 57:10. There's Lord reversed. And I think that was the one we were looking at, 56:8. 56. Okay. Well, it does a whole word. This gives you kind of like the I think the first letter of the D. Anyway, so you see how this crossed over. Now, that could be significant. I don't know. Here's one of the other thing we can do. I'll show you here. We'll press Shift and then click. What I want to do is highlight a range. Oops. Shift. You go to the starting point and you go to the ending point. Oops. There we go. And there we go. And this little chunk, you could do the entire thing. I can press the right click and I can do a copy. Now this is kind of cool. I want to, so I have another version here. I'm going to close that out. I'm going to paste it. And there you see Jesus and you see part of the Lord appear, just as I did. You can see it. So you can paste it into a notepad or HTML editor. I believe it's coded properly, so you can see if you want to share this. Now the other cool thing, now you have to set this up ahead of time. I'm going to clear. You can do a file. We can record what we've done. So let's say I found a cool thing and I want to share it with other people. I can click on Start Search Recording File, and let's call Jesus recording, something like that. Click. So it's starting recording. You can see it's kind of a notice right here. It says Stop Recording. I can click on that if I want. I'll type in Jesus, J-E-S-U-S, search. It does the search as we did before. It starts off. We'll let it go. Takes a few seconds. And boink. Okay, there's our results. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to stop the recording. Stop. Okay. So let's clear everything out. Let's just clear the grid. And we're starting from scratch. So someone says, hey, I found this cool sequence. You want to just redo the recording. So if you're able to send that file, it's just a little, let's do playback search recording file. It's going to say, okay, Jesus recording. That's the ELS file. Open that up, and it's just going to replay it. Now, you could have multiple recordings. I should say multiple words that you test, and then the person will have to go through, and it's like they're playing it back. And there we go. So we have the same results. It's either highlighted, and you can share them with other people. Kind of a nice way to do that. And these are compatible with, of course, the King James Pure Bible Search. I think that's about as much as I'm going to cover in this video. You can play with this to your heart's content, and please do share what you find. We'll see what you have, and we'll see if there's anything to this. Again, we're not making any claims. We don't know, but there certainly could be. We're learning a lot of things that are happening and coming about through God's Word, almost on a daily basis. God bless you, and thanks for listening, and take care.